so hard. I just stepped away. Just watched it happen, man. That's I mean, that works too. I like it. It works. Also, another thing that I didn't talk about last game because it wasn't relevant in the plays we were watching, but just in the general nature of this team, what you also have to understand is with Simphus gone, like Sean Garrett is the clear leader of this team now. Yeah. There's no conflicting calls. There's no overruling of reads. It's all Sean in the info he gets from his team, but he is always the guy making the final decision. Whereas sometimes in the past it was Simphus who made the final call. So now he gets to direct this team exactly what he wants to at all times, and that's another thing to think about.
Yeah, that
which
mid
could
to
be
late
good or bad.
round,
who knows?
That mid to late round is always where Cloud9 has kind of suffered, and it is probably a lot of it down to that confusion that goes around the call point. So that's a great point that you just made. But as you can see, guys, map number 2, Cloud9 on CT side. This was Luminosity's map pick. Cloud9 winning their map pick, but it was a close game, 16-13, I think was the final score there. So looks like we're going to see a B take here, and it's only going to be one player. Sean Garrett's defending the site.
Nothing is pretty quick to rotate through construction, so he's going to get some help here pretty soon. He's just got to hold off as long as he can. He does some damage. He softens him up a bit, and nothing able to collect the kill because of it. And Skadoodle and Shot also stepping in. Anger about to walk through the smoke. Catches Skadoodle reloading. Oh, almost messed it up.
That
but
took a long time to get
that.
It
got kind of scary there for a second, but he did get away. But we got a 2-on-2 retake coming in now.
Oh, nothing has only 1 HP here, though, so he's going to have to be really careful. Maybe work off a Shroud when he distracts him a little bit. No, nothing is pushing right in. No fear. Anger getting the headshot wouldn't have even mattered that low HP. Anger's going to back off into construction. And look at this. Flom staying undercover, but no, he peeks Shroud. And that is a critical misstep because Shroud now only needs to kill 1 in order to get this defuse. But
he can't get it, though. There's no time.
Yeah, Anger playing ring around the rosy there with Shroud, killing enough time before getting the final headshot of the round. That's 3 kills for Anger. So
just get me them points, bro. Get me them Vulcan points, Anger. You keep it up, bud. Well, I guess for you too, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I guess I should be like cheering.
You should be cheering for Shroud, yeah.
That's the one difference we have is him as my shot caller. So he got 26 frags last game. Oh, I don't know how many deaths he got, and those cancel each other.
Yeah,
out.
so it's free. So. If you guys are wondering how Vulcan points work, it's based on kills, deaths, and MVPs. So you're looking for all 3 of those things for your players that you pick for your fantasy team.
Because it isn't like I think a kill's 2 points and a death is -1.
Exactly. Yeah. So you want them to just rack up the kills, don't die, preferably get the bomb plant down as well if the bomb does go off. But here we go. Skadoodle has already taken a massive amount of damage. It's a huge investment. No big surprise there. Obviously, on a CT-sided map like Inferno, you're going to want to invest in that second round. You have a pretty good chance of turning it around.
We should have wagered something, dude. Like, I mean, Vulcan's obviously enough, but something funny, like you have to walk around your room screaming goal, like, on cam after the match is over.
I'm not a soccer fan.
Okay.
I'm actually surprised here. We got Shroud playing with the Scout instead of Skadoodle. Does Skadoodle not
He's
favor
the best
the
scout in North America, dude.
Shroud?
I just said that. I have no clue. Probably not.
I mean, it sounded very authoritative, but
yeah,
look at
it's really confident.
We've got players from Cloud9 just hidden so well, but Lex and Peter able to find Skadoodle and Freakazoid. Shroud now basically cornered with that off here, but there's nobody on the flank. They're just staying on the bomb site. That's not a bad idea. You don't need to hunt these players down. Abe picking up that kill on Shroud finally. Nothing going to pick up the Scout, and he's just going to vamoose out of there. Sean Garrett's looking for an exit frag here. Hopefully he's going to pick up a gun is what he's thinking.
Wait, what did you say? A Van Moose? Is that a Canadian thing?
He's going to vamoose out of there. I don't think so.
Moose? Like a moose?
No, it has nothing to do with moose.
It has nothing to do with mooses.
I think it's French, actually. But whoa, nothing. Sean Garrett's both picking up kills on opposite sides of the map. I mean, when you're so low, like Luminosity was, you really don't need to be chasing them down. They're at full HP. They actually have the advantage on you, even if it is an eco round. They have like
right.
HP. So
yeah, you're absolutely right.
I mean, all 5 players on Luminosity were still alive. That in and of itself would have been a great win if they had just let the last 2 keep whatever they had.
Yeah, but they're gonna. But C9 at least saving that scout, and I think Sean actually picked up a Tech 9, so they pose a similar threat to last round, as far as being able to maybe make something happen with the scout and maybe kind of chip away at least at Luminosity's economy. But yeah, Lunacy should still be able to comfortably win this 3-0, which is a great start from T-Side Inferno for sure. It's obviously going to get a lot harder when the CT rounds come out to play. Scooter's got that op. Shroud's locking things down with the M4. It's going to be a little bit tougher. But they're going to try to spill out over here on the arch side, try doing a little bit of damage, just falling back into the side. Skadoodle getting chased down. And Shroud actually stepping out and getting a kill. Freak tries to follow it up, not able to do so. And Skadoodle goes down. That's pretty much the round unless Sean and Nothing do something nuts.
Yeah, they're not even going to bother saving this one. They know they have a bye coming up, so might as well just go for a couple of kills if you can. Force the rebuy of head armor at least going into this, the first true buy round here. But Cloud9,
yeah.
I know, yeah, that is huge because Skadoodle, we keep talking about how deadly he would be. In fact, they can't even really do a very full buy. Two of them coming out with FAMASs. And it looks like Skadoodle is in fact gonna. No, he's bought.
He is a very proficient rifle, so don't.
Yeah.
Be...
Oh yeah. Absolutely. Skadoodle is a
too
versatile player for himself, but I mean, with the op in hand, he is absolutely deadly.
So Nothing, you can see it actually now plays B, and so I guess it's Freakazoid now playing lane. So this is a role swap on the CT side of Inferno for Cloud9. So another impact this change has had. Just wanted to point that out.
Yeah, Abe falling to Sean Gears, but again, a great trade out for Flom, and that's going to force a difficult rotate decision out of Skadoodle, who's playing on arches. He's got to decide whether he goes over to B or if he's just going to leave Nothing there to defend it by himself.
Yeah, and Nothing actually did play B way back in the day before Sean Gears and CEVO started doing it. So he has played this position before for this team way back. So it's not a crazy change, but I just thought it's worth mentioning how things are going to change on this team position.
Oh, yeah. I mean, that's why we have so many people watching tonight is because, you know, Cloud9, everybody loves to follow them. I mean, no matter, you know, it's kind of like it's the team that North America has to love. Even if you pretend not to, everybody's a fan of Cloud9. So you want to see how this team's going to play together. With these new players. And Skadoodle, wow, great rotate coming in with the flashbang. Nothing picking up an easy kill there. That was great timed teamwork by Skadoodle and Nothing.
Right, as we are going to see execution coming in here on the stairs. Skadoodle is at the tools with the M4, does get caught by Lex, and Peter takes down Nothing. And so this spawn is definitely going to go ahead and make its way in with the plant from Lex, as it'll just be up to Shroud and Freakazoid to see if they can't make this retake happen.
Oh, Freakazoid coming in from construction. All terrorists are undercover. Peter with a quick peek gets Shroud. They now know where Freakazoid is. He gets the kill onto Lex, but there's still two left, and they're not going to peek him until Peter is ready to do so with his lightning fast off reflexes. Misses the shot, though, and Freakazoid is dangerously close here. Flom finally peeks out. Flom, I love the way he played that. You don't have any reason to go out there. I mean, as long as your teammate Peter doesn't get too aggressive with his peeks and die, then he's going to eventually have to brush him and try to take that off away from him. When he does, you're going to be behind him and get the easy kill. So, you know, I have no problem at all watching these players bait their teammates like that. And Luminosity got the round win because of it. Now, on the fifth round, they've got 4, and Cloud9 is on a full eco this time. Really, they've only got 2.
Once again, Luminosity is going to get off to a good start for the first half of the game against Cloud9, but can they keep it going? Is really the question. This is going to be a save round coming up, and I just want to come up with like a kind of a cool point. If I want this is going to be a save round, and Les Stroud, you know, he just up an AK, so I'm going to kind of hold back for a second. Play. Oh my goodness!
Getting 2.
Yeah, what is going on right now?
Massive headshots. They're going to decide to go to B. They know at least one's apartment. Now they know where Nothing is, but can Nothing land the shots? No, Abe gets him. Shroud does have that AK in hand, though, so this is a very doable retake here. But what was your thought there real fast?
I think I'm going to hold off for a second. I want to see if Shroud's going to clutch this round, because this is the kind of plays that this guy can make late rounds.
He made it up there really fast, actually. I'm a little surprised. He just ran right up.
He knows one's dark corner now for that smoke grenade, so he's able to get 2 versus ones and just can't get Peter. But what I was going to say is when you look at all the best teams in the world on Inferno, almost every single time you can really name that one of the key reasons why is because of their CT side, and when you go further than that, it's because of their B anchor. So look at Fnatic and the fact that Krems is just able to anchor the B bomb.
Krems is absolutely insane.
You look at like VP, a pretty fair, you know, Inferno team. It's because you have Neo who's able to lock down the B bombs at the time. So you look at Envious, it's because MBK is able to do that type of role. Can Nothing do that for Cloud9 if they want to be a top international team, which is what they're deciding to go with there at the anchor for B. So something to think about.
Definitely, but Skaduda playing aggressively on that car, that's something that we mentioned to look out for earlier on in this game. So getting the early pick and then falling back quickly, that's an important thing to learn how to do properly, because it's very easy to get that pick, and even if you successfully do, you can fall easily to one of the teammates of your pick. So good job for Skadoodle getting out of there with only 2 HP down, giving his team a huge advantage here.
Right, we are going to see LG, moving a couple numbers here up on the car, including the bomb carrier not lagging too far behind. Maybe take a look at this B bomb side. Skadoodle's still there with the op, and Sean playing inside the side. He's going to be the other main B player for this team, which is the role he was playing even before the roster swap. So it makes sense here. Like, actually going to peek out, catch nothing, and that's such an unfortunate timing. He was getting a pop flash from Seekazord, so he turned his back to chase after the pop flash, and he gets
so smart by Lex. I mean, that shows
just an insane timing.
Yeah, I mean, he saw
You
that
wonder if it's smart luck.
I don't know. He saw that flashbang coming, so he knew it was going to be a pop flash peek attempt, and he played it right. He knew he was going to get flashed, but he just sprayed it down and got the kill. He got that second kill to follow it up too. But Sean Garrett is still to be reckoned with on B. Anger getting a kill on the entry. It's now down to Sean Garrett in the construction as his teammate finally rotating in up banana, but it's going to be a while before he gets here. Sean Garrett's not missing a beat though as he gets one kill. The bomb gets planted, but Flom gets the kill. Shroud now in a 1-on-2 situation, creeping up banana. I don't think they've heard him yet, so we should be able to surprise at least one of them here. It's going to be Flom. The flashbang comes out and actually just catches Shroud out of the corner of his eye. Flom able to get the kill, and man, I thought Cloud9 stood a good chance that round. They had 5-4 after that pick by Skadoodle. All of them had full HP, full guns and armor, and yet they still managed to lose it to Luminosity. I mean, good credit to Luminosity. What a round.
Here's the sad thing. I was making that point about how these B anchors are a big staple for a lot of these teams that are strong on Inferno and on their CT sides. And
they had 2 on B there.
And this is something that C9 has suffered a lot. Like, their CT sides, when they've been so abysmal, like we said, think historically on Inferno for this team. Yep. It really did come down to, like, their low win rate on Inferno was down due to poor CT sides, and mostly because of B, and still seems to be a problem. They're down 6-0 right now to Luminosity on the map, so that's something they still need to work on for sure, is their CT side Inferno.
A good trade there at mid on the entry. Abe getting the kill, answered out by 2 kills for Cloud9 as well, makes it a 3-on-3, but the bomb is planted and the pit position is already established by Luminosity. It's going to be tough to root out Flom, who's in there, especially because Skadoodle doesn't even have a weapon. He went with just a pistol, hoping to save up for an op in the next one. And getting a kill on nothing to start things off. Skadoodle, though, doing work at 5-7. Sean Garrett evens it out 1-on-1. Abe!
No kit.
Is the last one. There's no kit. Completely blind there is Sean Garrett, but wow, great fakes out by Sean Garrett to win the round. Oh, no, he doesn't. Oh, he doesn't have time. I can't believe it. I've got my volume, my in-game volume, criminally low right now, apparently, because I didn't.
That's why I kept telling you no kit, because he was done.
I didn't even hear how fast that bomb was beeping. Man, that is such a shame, because it was a great kill, but it was perfectly played, on the other hand, by Abe, who knew that he didn't have to get the kill. He just had to delay it long enough.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, like I was saying earlier that, like, Cloud9, their CT sides have historically been pretty bad on this map. It's gotten a little bit better with Shroud playing the pit at A and being able to do so well, but their B has still been kind of weak at times. Skadoodle going to try to see if he can take the op pick at car, not able to get the pick, trying to escape, but he can't really get away. He gets pinned inside the sandbags, and Sean goes down 2. Sean trying to bail Skadoodle out, gets caught in his own right. And see, this is something that happens to Cloud9 a lot on CT sides on Inferno, is losing their 2 B players so fast in the beginning of the round.
Yeah, that 3-on-5 retake is just so hard. Lex getting a kill, Anger getting another, and Shroud is like, I am out of here, running away faster than a cat on a hot tin roof. They're going to hunt him down. They've got plenty of money on their side. They have no reason not to.
Yeah, absolutely, and they will catch him, and that's the thing. I guess some things don't change, and so far that's Cloud9 struggles on CT side Inferno. Of course, you can't expect the roster impact to make waves overnight either.
No, but I mean, like,
they need to think
Luminosity has these roster issues as well. I mean, they don't even have.
You got to think about it.
New great European talent coming in, but Abe, of course, making up for that in a big way. So here's what's interesting about this game. Luminosity, I mean, you expect on Inferno, you're going to need some amazing site takes, Molotovs to get them out in the open and some smokes to get cordon off key areas. But I mean, they've got nothing fancy. A lot of these rounds, they're just running in and getting amazing entry frags, usually losing 1 or 2 players in the process. But I mean, if it's 3-on-3 and you have the bomb planted, that's your advantage.
You're absolutely right. I mean, it comes off of, in that last round, just trying to play aggressive on banana and you get caught. And then all of a sudden the B bomb side open because both your players are gone. You can't do that. You have to just be the anchor, allow your team to rotate and give yourself a chance. Instead of trying to make a crazy play by yourself, which Sean kind of did in that round.
There you have it again. Abe getting 1 and almost nothing falling as well. Nothing actually has a lot of damage on him. Abe running through the fire and nothing completely caught by surprise. What a play by Abe, taking B by himself.
Yeah, this is tough here, as it's looking like Luminosity's about to have 9 rounds in a row on the T side of Inferno. This is not a good situation to be in for Cloud9, because remember, this best-of-2 system, they won map 1. That puts you halfway to getting those 2 points for winning, but if you lose this map, you just get the 1 point for the tie. And that could matter later on down the road whenever you're trying to determine seeds and tiebreakers and all that good stuff. So every map counts. And
wait, on the retake, Peter now left defending it by himself. Skadoodle dangerously low health. It's great that Peter's taken out his pistol. That was a really smart move by him, and I don't even think Skadoodle's going to get out of there alive.
Nah.
Yeah, that's fine. That's a fine trade for Peter. They have so much money on their side, and Cloud9 essentially going to be forced to either save again or go out with Skadoodle yet again, not being able to afford an off.
Yeah, this is really tough for Cloud9. Not to take away from Luminosity Gaming, they're definitely playing well, but it's really just taking opportunities that Cloud9 are giving them on some of these aggressive peaks and kind of.
I love the teamwork on Luminosity though. Like,
yeah,
have you ever seen so far in this map? I haven't seen a Luminosity player die alone. They never die alone. It's like in Titanic when they're, oh my goodness, Blom, that entry frag.
This is once again an individual making an aggressive peek and getting caught, and now
running in and getting the shot. Unbelievable.
Yeah. Oh, Shroud trying to anchor, only can get 1.
Yeah, now down to nothing, and Sean Gares on the retake. Peter getting a kill on Sean Gares, and that's pretty much the end of the round, just like that. These are lightning rounds, too. Like, this game is going to be over before you can even know what's going on here.
I mean, honestly, at this point, I understand that sometimes you want to be aggressive and, push the tempo and try to be dynamic and catch the terrorist off guard with a push here or there.
They're doing that every round, though.
Yeah, exactly. It's like Luminosity knows you're being aggressive. They're on their toes. Like, they get it. Like, I have yet to see Cloud9 just play a standard passive round of CT side Inferno. Like, that op from Skadoodle has never been on the arch side or anything like that, playing more passively. It's always been, like, aggressive banana or somewhere else. Someone's always pushing, is my point, somewhere.
Yeah, they're often even caught out. They're making odd mistakes. They're caught out with their smoke grenades a lot of the time and stuff like that. I mean, these are mistakes that a guy at their level should not be making. If you're going to play aggressively, you better be ready for the aggressive pushes that Luminosity is doing. They're not wasting any time taking these key areas. Like, they take the top of banana at the start of the round, or they take mid control super fast. They're not afraid to make these big, fast plays, and a lot of the time it's paying off big time as they're able to catch quick kills. And Sean Gares still not forced back. He's going to flash and peek onto banana, only getting 1, and again, nothing falling. Unbelievable that they do this again. It's like they're not learning any lesson.
It's so stubborn because their aggression hasn't worked yet. They've won 0 rounds. It's not working. Like, just play a standard passive round just once and see what happens. Like, it's just not. They did, like I said, it's either freak is one pushing apartments gets caught, round is exposed. This has happened several times at Banana where they tried to make plays like that and they've both gotten caught, and then the B bomb site was completely open for business from that point forward. So I get part of it's trying things out, experimenting. They maybe treating this almost as if like it's practice for something down the road.
I mean, they've been scrimming big time though, and against Luminosity, so they've got a lot of practice in. To be honest, this should be where they're in serious mode.
I honestly don't get why they've never just tried playing that more standard passive round. Having Skadoodle playing passively with the op at arch or whatever.
So here's the thing. Luminosity is not wasting any time taking a bomb site after they get the kill. They're just running right in. They're like, okay, we got the entry, let's go.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
Maybe Cloud9 works off of that. Maybe you stack. I mean, especially on this round, it looks like they did manage to save that off. So
I just want to see them play a standard round. I want to see Shroud playing inside.
I mean, okay, so presuming they don't want to play a standard round, maybe send out some bait. Luminosity's going to take it. Let them get a frag onto a site. They're going to go whole hog into it, and they're going to meet the entire stack that you have waiting for them once they get in there. As long as your bait gets 1 kill, you've got an even odds, and they're got to take a site in a 4-on-4. That's a tough situation. That's maybe something that Cloud9 could try, but
Shroud's playing Archer with MP9, gets caught with the smoke. Freakazoid now stuck inside the site by himself with the FAMAS as is coming up lane, and they're just gonna mop it up, man.
this is another buy round. I can't even believe it. Sean Gare's finally getting a kill on Lex, but now Skadoodle left wondering what happened to the rest of my team. I don't know if he bothers to try to push this. It looks like he's going to, but I mean, it'd be great to save that off. He's not going to be able to buy another one. But at this point, I don't know. Maybe they've just given up.
If I was like Cloud9's coach, I'd say, listen, Skadoodle play Arch with the op, Shroud play in pit, Freakazoid stop pushing and dying, Banana players play more standard.
I mean, they have an official coach, right?
No.
Well, okay, they have an analyst. Maybe
still not. A coach can't even work online anyway, right? Because you can.
Well, I mean, you're probably on the call. You could be.
Yeah, you don't see what's going on live.
True,
though,
true.
So
but I mean, you're watching round after round go the same exact way.
Yeah,
I mean,
you're right. But
even
no,
if
that's
we
not
were
what's
on the delay. Surely the people on the stream are yelling, "Cloud9, what in the world do you keep doing the same mistakes for over and over again?" I mean, I don't know if they lost so many rounds that they were like, "Forget it, we're doomed."
I don't know.
But
I think maybe they're just trying stuff. I mean, I don't know. But Freakazoid Flying does get a pick at Boiler for the first time, I feel like, and actually gets his team a man advantage. I haven't seen that in quite some time, to be honest. This half.
No, we haven't. That's a great pickup. Lex was pushed a little too aggressively for Abe to get that trade-out kill there finally. Shroud and Abe exchanging blows at mid. Abe pushing way in. Now, had he got that kill on Shroud, he had one playing Cubby that would have surprised him, so it might not have gone his way anyway. But either way, Cloud9 with the 5-3 advantage so far. And they're going to push right into the smoke here. Great flashbang, forcing nothing back. He would have sprayed them all down there. He gets the kill, but Flom gets him out real fast. Skadoodle going to be dislodgeable from that new box area as Shroud comes in and cleans up Angered. Finally, Cloud9 getting around on the board. Maybe the start of an epic comeback.
I think Luminosity is pretty happy, right?
Come on, have faith. Dust.
Have ye little faith? I have little faith. I mean, I just don't feel like, and like I said, it's going to take Cloud9 some time to adjust, but I don't think they have their CT positions right now. And I think that's pretty apparent. I mean, it's hard to say that from one game, too. I mean, you can take that either way, but like, I'm not even really, like I said, okay, now we finally see Shroud playing kind of that lane side with Scooby playing the Arch and Freakazoid playing the lane. So this is more of what I'm used to seeing out of Cloud9 as far as Shroud's positioning.
Yeah, but again, they're pushed up pretty aggressively on Banana. Lucky for them, Luminosity is not all bunched together on Banana yet, but it looks like they're picking up the bomb. They could be making their way there. It would be absolutely brutal if they were able to get those kills on Banana and make their way into bomb site B all as a unit. Still putting pressure onto A, though, so the rotate not coming in yet from Skadoodle. That could be huge. They just need these quick entries. And they're golden. Sean Gare is finally deciding to fall back now that smoke is going away. But nothing throwing another one down. Man, these guys have a lot of smokes.
Well, yeah, it's just 3 smokes at B over the course of time. Typically, you have one player either because you have 3 stacked early B to throw the smoke for you first before they rotate back to A, or people from Arch can throw smokes for you.
You can throw that, yeah, you can throw that smoke all the way from Arch. That's right.
This is the first time it's going to play a standard passive CT round, so I'm curious how it works. As Ska will be right here to pick off that Arch side push, taking down Lex, and the bomb is late maneuvering at B, and Peter does catch Skadoodle, so that's the primary rotator to be now gone. And that's going to be up to nothing, and Sean to see if they can't hold this off. Nice flash. Yeah, absolutely huge. As Sean will be able to use that to step out and get a frag. And they still haven't spotted nothing. He lines him up and gets the bomb down. So good hold here, and Peter is forced to save the op. And I would have loved to have seen a round set up like that much earlier because the aggression was not working. It was pretty apparent after about 7 rounds it wasn't working. It just took them long to go to that more. Just sometimes standard's the way to go. You know, I know you like to throw people for a loop, but I mean, you got to get your bread and butter going first.
This is that play that you mentioned earlier last map that nothing is capable of. I mean, we were talking about how he'd make a good lurker. Look how he played that smoke. He played it so expertly. I mean, they figured he was pushed back. He's not going to peek again, and he knew exactly that that's what they were thinking. This game is as much as anything a psychological game. You got to know what your opponent's going to do. Nothing read them like a book.
Yeah, I mean, good plays there. Finally getting another round on the board. It's actually 2 in a row for them. You know, definitely comes a little too late, I think. But who knows? Maybe they have some magic or something on the T side I don't know about, or maybe Luminosity, goes and drinks some magic Kool-Aid while at halftime and completely falls apart and drops dead. I mean, I don't really know what it's going to take at this point to
yeah, that is a huge advantage on T side. Peter, nice kill on Shroud there, but it is a 5-4-on-3 now advantage for Cloud9 in the last round of the half. Looks like they are going to make a B push. Nothing is pushed very aggressively up there.
Spot. And like I said, how can he handle this? As he gets flash, he'll be forced to fall back.
But he's called it out, and the rotate is coming in.
Nice fire, holds off the rush for a little bit longer, and he does get that rotation in, like you said, from Freakazoid. So far, so good here. But Luminosity just has such a big lead. They played well on T side, and it's hard seeing C9 come back from the amount of damage that Luminosity did in those first ones.
Oh, look at this fake. Throwing all kinds of flashes and smokes. But they are going to draw Skadoodle over, so it's going to be down to just Sean Gares here. Skadoodle finally rotating back. He's going to be playing in that library. Sean Gares forced out with a fire a little bit. He's going to be blind as well, but Skadoodle gets a kill over there from the library side. Abe is trying to stay undercover while forcing Sean Gares out with another Molotov. Sean Gares is forced to go to the side, and Abe, great expert play by him, but Skadoodle is coming in fast from the other side. It's a 3-on-2 retake. Nothing. Takes down Abe. Anger getting a great spray down through the box. Turns, fires, gets nothing. Now Skadoodle comes in with the off, finishes it off. And he's
so good. Just watching the plays that this guy makes, it's so sad that his career got ruined for so long by the selfish acts of other people.
Yeah.
He's been sitting around doing nothing for the last 6 months or so because of it.
Yeah, man. I mean,
that's unfortunate. Glad he's back is my point. And but still, they're.
I mean, I feel like NA took a huge hit in general. They're not only
of course it did.
A lot of great players, but the reputational damage and everything was something that I think we're talking about. By the way, if you guys don't know, you can if you're new to the scene, you can Google it. The iBuyPower throwing scandal. But I feel like NA is finally coming out of that. And we're seeing a huge shuffle now, and I think that the scene is going to be stronger after it. I think, first of all, Cloud9 is a much stronger team, and they're playing horribly right now. But they have the disadvantage of still being a pretty new team. They picked up Skadoodle, which is one of the reasons why they're so much stronger, and he is still playing well tonight, even if the team itself is losing this map, rather. They won map number 1. But Freakazoid playing with a subpar computer, I mean, they have the excuses. Yeah. I'm not saying they're bad excuses. I use the word excuses, but really what I'm saying is they have the reasons for not doing well tonight. But I feel like they're a much stronger team out of this, and I feel like there's 3-4 other teams that are also much stronger.
But see, that's the problem, man. That's actually the problem, is that we have all these teams that are, good enough to compete against each other and be rivals in NA, and the top 4 is like the top 4 or 5 teams is pretty clear, but who's actually number 1 out of those 4 or 5 is not. And that's the problem. That is the problem, because here's the deal. Like, it's all fine and dandy that we have a bunch of top NA teams.
You want the super team.
Well, it's not even just the super team. You need a team that can dominate their own region before they can go on and be an international contender, in my opinion. Because here's the cold hard truth, Brandon. There's no way in the world that we're going to have 4 NA teams that are going to be able to be in the top 8.
No, but here's what we will have. We'll have 2 NA teams that are in the top 8.
That's fair. Hopefully.
But those 2 got there by playing against the best teams in NA. I mean, if you're just rolling over everybody, then when you go up against the Europeans, your play style is not going to be used to the tough resistance that you're going to be facing. I mean, sure, you're going to be playing them still in some leagues.
Yeah.
Like we're open to the Europeans now in CEVO, for example. But on the other hand, I mean, you got to have that local competition. You got to have it strong. They have it in Europe. You mentioned, I mean, you got to have a team that's able to dominate that super team so that they can move on and face Europe. We kind of had that in Cloud9 for the first year and a half of CSGO, and it just didn't work out. I mean, to an extent, there was iBuyPower as well, but Cloud9 was basically it. They were on a LAN situation, at least. Cloud9 was the only ones that really stood a chance against the Europeans, and it didn't work out well. You got to have a base from which to draw all this talent in from the outside, like Europe does. They have their mid-tier teams are as good as our pro teams. That's the level that we got to get to.
I mean, I get your perspective for practice purposes. You're absolutely right. You need teams that are, like, worth a damn to practice against to have, like, good practice partners. But at the same time, at some point at the end of the day, you need 1 or 2 teams to be the clear-cut favorites and be able to establish dominance in their region so that they can be, international contenders, and we haven't had that since the iBuyPower Cloud9 days. The two teams that were clear-cut ahead that could actually make it to big tournaments and maybe make it out of groups, maybe get in bracket play.
Oh,
Let's
aggressive.
keep this around here. I don't want to do the analysis at this point. That's for another day. But Luminosity Gaming looking like they want to close out this map real quick, because winning the pistol here, that's just devastating. I mean, yeah, Cloud9's comeback chances are pretty slim to none anyway, but losing the pistol pretty much ensures you're not going anywhere.
Yeah, I mean, this game is pretty much over at this point.
Yeah, quad kill for Anger.
For you guys watching, because I hate to give up hope. I always like to keep the hype alive, but I mean, losing the pistol round when you're already down 12-3 on a CT sided map, I mean, I hate to say it, but that's kind of the game, and that was all Anger. I mean, 4 kills, just rushing right in with reckless abandon. Great play by Anger. Caught them completely by surprise, I think, over on Cloud9, although it looked like they were playing pretty passively, almost like they expected to push. So no excuse there for losing that round. They absolutely needed to win it, and that puts them at a huge deficit here.
Yeah, it's going to be tough here. Peter's going to step out with the MP9 if they're at the arch side, going to light up 2 players real quick. Freak does eventually trade, but Flom has also caught one of their players over here at the boiler, done a lot of damage as well. So you can see Cloud9 trying to wrap around and get into the site, but they're pretty much getting shut down. And, Luminosity's now just 1 point away from game point. And, this is one of those teams that I was talking about that's like kind of in that top 4 area. And they're picking up a lot of talent with Pith, and they have Peter Oppen, second best opper in NA. So this is a team that's definitely, a couple of weeks ago was probably not in anyone's top 4 or top 5, if we're honest, right?
Oh, yeah, they weren't, definitely.
So now they could at least get to that point now. And then from there, who knows? So they're making the right moves. And I mean,
look at how they're dominating on this map. There's no mistake about it. The first map, Cloud9 barely won. The second map, Luminosity is winning big time. So if anything, this night has gone in favor of Luminosity.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely, at least we're seeing some of the glimmers of what Peter can do as a leader for the team on instructing them and directing them.
And I'm so impressed with the way he's playing.
Yeah, but that's unfortunately just like irrelevant.
I know. I'm going to be following Abe very closely. I want to know where he ends up, because if he keeps playing like he has been tonight, it's going to be somebody's going to be lucky to pick him up.
I mean, nah, never mind. I'm not going to say that.
Okay, I mean, that's a big if, though, right? If he keeps playing the way he's playing tonight. He's playing against an
he's always been okay.
team.
He was never terrible for this team or anything. And like I said, he just got the short end of the stick when, like, some talent came around and he was, like, first in the chopping block. There are some maybe players on there that have performed more poorly than him that you could have said were on the chopping block before him, but they just didn't happen that way.
Yeah, and we can definitely debate the ramifications of that, especially once Abe is off the team, Pith joins. I mean, will they be missing Abe? Judging by tonight's performance, yeah, maybe.
I mean, if you do a direct comparison between Pith and Abe, you definitely pick Pith, but what about another player on the team that might be struggling that Abe could play for? That's something to think about maybe. But
yeah.
It's way too early to call.
I mean, considering what happened with your Vulcan pick at the last minute, I think we all know what you're referring to. But yeah, I mean, organizations have to make these determinations for themselves. We don't know everything that went into it,
right.
So we can't possibly know all the criteria that they used to make the decision. But here we go on the last round. A force buy coming out from Cloud9. Spray down quick from Abe, closing out the game in a big way. Abe. Abe finishes the game top fragging both maps for his team. So impressed with Abe. And